Hi everyone, it's Shannon. Today I'm just going to do a quick video because I had to figure out on my own how to keep my areas clean and sanitized, and I also wanted to show my new cutter that I got as a present for Mother's Day from Bud Hafner, Bud's Wood Shop. My husband bought that for me for Mother's Day. It was something that I wanted, so he got that for me. And it's been super helpful because he built me these new molds, and they're very big. So I needed something a little more substantial to use to cut my soap, because it's a tall and skinny mold that he made me. It's actually a 6-pound loaf that it makes. And I write my measurements on the side of my mold, so I know exactly it's the same quantity of oils and how big my mold is every time. And that's handy when I go to create a recipe, because I usually make my own recipes. And I have one that I'm using now that it's really great. But if I want to make another recipe, then I have those measurements and how much oil I need for that particular recipe. And I have 2 of these, and this is the other one. And that's what I wanted him to make, and that's what he made. I actually have a short video that I posted on that. So, and this is what I line my molds with. I was going to use parchment paper, but the freezer paper just has that shiny side that helps the soap release when it's time to take it out of the mold. It's an easier release. And I just get this from Walmart. They have this large 100 square feet. I had 2, and I think they were $6. I'm not sure. I'll have to look, and then I can just post that in the description below. But I wanted to show you that because it's helpful, and I know that a lot of people already do this, but that helps me a lot. I actually soap in a spare room that we have in our house. We have a large farmhouse, so one of the rooms we have a lot of spare rooms. So this is my soap studio, I guess you can call it. And this is a wood floor. It's the subfloor, so there's no carpeting or anything in here. And I think we're just going to put a hardwood floor in here at some point, or linoleum, that fancy linoleum that they have now. But in any case, this is my soap mold, or I'm sorry, this is my soap cutter. And what I do is, this is how I leave my table when I'm not using it to make soap, or in the future any other beauty products that I make. It's sanitized with alcohol. And I always have that. It actually has to be filled, but I always have that on my table before I start and during the process, because I actually spray the top of my soap when it's done before I put a cover on it to gel. So I always have my alcohol ready. And paper towels are essential because I'm kind of a messy artisan soap maker, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm not very messy, but, you know, there's things that need to be wiped up. And what I wanted to talk about was the soap cutter. So I keep my soap cutter covered with freezer paper all the time when I'm not using it. And it prevents dust. And I also, because my molds are so long and the soap cutter isn't as long as my mold, I have this piece of 2x4, and I covered this in, I don't know if you could see that, I cover it in freezer paper as well, and I put it, and it's wrapped up just like a package so it stays covered. I put it on the end of my cutter, so when my soap loaf will come probably out to here. When I put my loaf on my cutter to cut, the excess loaf won't smack on the table when I cut the first part of it, so that it rests right on this, and it's perfect height. It's a 2x4 that my husband got just from our shed. And it's clean. It's actually new 2x4, but I wanted to keep it covered, you know, because I don't want the soap to touch wood. And I try to keep my area as clean as possible at all times. So I thought that was a good tip. You know, I see some, when I watch some videos, some soapers have very long loaves of soap as well, and their cutter, you know, isn't as long as that loaf. So when they cut their loaf, it hits the bottom of their table, and I don't want to get that dent in the end of my soap. So I put this here to hold on to the excess loaf until I get it over here to cut the rest. And I wanted to just share that with you. I don't know if it's helpful or not, but it's helpful to me. It makes the cutting easier, and I really like it. And I thought it was a good idea. So I wanted to share that with everyone. And then these are the soaps that I've already done. I have some samples back here. And these are just little bits that we'll just use at home. But these are my orange creamsicle. And I'm so upset that the video that I took making this, I lost a lot of it. So there's only some parts of the video that I still have, and it's just mixing the oils. The pouring isn't there. I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna actually make another soap today. This was my trial circle soap, which came out okay. I'm not happy about the half swirl, so I would have done in the future I would do an entire swirl of the soap. But I'm actually going to make a tall and skinny with those blue and white colors and the Sea Island cotton. So I want to have a tall and skinny with that fragrance and that design and color. These are my vanilla oatmeal milk and honey bars. These are done. They were done on April 18th, so they're just about ready and cured. And those are my black raspberry vanilla bars, and they're also done. So I'm going to be actually wrapping these, and I'll be selling them soon. I'll be putting them up on my shop. I actually have a website now, so I'm going to be transitioning over to that at some point, but for now it'll be in my Etsy shop, and I'm just trying to build my inventory. I have to tell you that these smell incredible. I feel like that they're an actual orange creamsicle that you could eat. That's how good they smell. And then I put a little snowflake mica on top, sparkle snowflake from Brambleberry. It looks really nice. You know, it reminds me of frost, you know, from the freezer when you take out an orange creamsicle. So that's fun. And that's about it. I just, wanted to share a couple tips. And, oh gosh, I have the window open, so there's some commotion going on out. There's a parade actually going on for the fire hose company around here. So, wanted to share a couple things. And this is, I keep my table clean when it's not in use. And I clean it as soon as I'm done. Isn't that the worst part though, the cleanup? The cleanup of all the soaping is probably not my least favorite of all, because it takes a long time. You really want to get everything clean. But, well, I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe got some tips if you're new to soaping. I just like to keep everything as clean as possible because it's a beauty product. You want to make sure that it's clean and sanitary, whoever's making that. And I'm very happy with my soap slicer. It is so much easier to cut soap now, and they are all uniform slices, which is what I was hoping for. So thank you for watching, and I will be posting a video soon of the new soap that I'm going to be making today. And I wanted to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. It is a blessing that I have 60 subscribers. I can't believe it. I remember when I had 3 and they were just my family members. So I'm glad that you take the time out of your day, your precious time, and you subscribe and watch my videos. It means a lot, and it really is just a blessing. It makes me happy. It makes my day. So thank you. And we'll see you in the next video.